So it's been quite a rocky week and a half for Twitch, I would say. I am rocking the Twitch merch to show that I do know something about Twitch. But this video is going to go into about a week and a half's worth of Twitch updates. I've never seen Twitch release so many updates in a short span of time. And I've thought about making a video on all these updates like a couple days ago, but things just kept happening and happening and happening. And I'm like, okay, it's been a week and a half. Let's actually talk about every single update that has happened on Twitch in the past like 10-ish days. So the first big news that they announced was the Partner Plus program, and this happened back on June 15th. Today we're announcing the Partner Plus program, a new program for streamers to build towards as they continue to grow their business. This new partner program benefit will offer 70% share on net subscription revenue to streamers who meet the qualification criteria. Streamers in the Partner Plus program will receive a 70/30 revenue share on net subscription revenue, revenue from recurring monthly subscriptions and gift subs for 12 months up to 100K US dollars. To qualify, partners must maintain a sub count of at least 350 recurring paid subscriptions for 3 consecutive months. Once that happens, partners will be automatically enrolled for the next 12 months, even if you dip below the subscription threshold during the 12-month period. The Partner Plus program will launch on October 1st, 2023. Streamers that meet the qualification criteria in July, August, and September will be enrolled in the program and notified in October. Our focus has always been on inspiring, growing, and sustaining Twitch streamers all around the world. We hope this new program demonstrates that commitment. For more information, please visit our FAQ and feedback to let us know your thoughts on it. Streamers have been begging for the 70/30 split all across Twitch. If you don't know, the split right now is 50/50. Some Twitch partners still make 70/30, but that's streamers that have been partnered for years with Twitch and have these massive Twitch contracts. Not every partner has a 70/30 split, only certain partners do, but most Twitch streamers have a 50/50 sub split, and everyone has been begging to have a 70/30 split, at least for partners, for it to continue to be a 70/30 split. So Twitch unveils this. They're like, here you go, here's your 70/30 split, and it was not taken very well. YouTube already has a 70/30 membership split. Kick is like 90/10. Facebook Gaming, I think, is 70/30 as well. So Twitch is already behind the curve with a 50/50 split. But this was just absolutely not taken well. One of my favorite streamers, Flats, chimed in on this. I highly encourage you to read the full FAQ. I remember them announcing this last year for Legacy 70/30 creators. I might be wrong, but it seems they're better explaining how to get it. There's also some sad pieces such as primes don't count at all and gifted don't count for the required 350 tier 1 to 3 sub count to get to the 70/30. So as you can see with this screenshot, what types of subscriptions count towards the qualification criteria? Recurring paid subscriptions, yes. Gift subs, no. Prime subs, no. Items eligible for the 70/30 net subscription revenue, all of them except for Prime subs are eligible. What items apply to the annual US 100K annual threshold? All of them apply except for Prime subs. And then another one of my favorite streamers also chimed in on this, Marina. Please go follow Marina. Anyone celebrating this should reconsider that the vast majority of streamers that don't qualify for this. This is a targeted play at the top streamers to beg them not to leave. 350 non-gifted and non-prime subs is not attainable for most streamers. Stand with smaller creators. That's what I was thinking about too. I was like, how attainable is this actually to achieve? 350 subs might not seem like a big number compared to people that have like 100,000 followers, but I would say a good amount use their free Prime sub to sub to people, or they get gifted a sub. I don't know the exact numbers on how many are just natural non-Prime subs, but I know it's a large chunk. And to just deny people from this 350 sub threshold because of the way that they get their subs, I don't know. It just seems like Twitch is gatekeeping their own program, so they have to give out less money. And then another creator tweeted out this: I'm sorry, but I hate this. How am I going to spend 3 months trying to encourage my chat not to gift subscriptions or use Prime? I typically have a 400 to 500 sub count, but I wouldn't be eligible because Prime and Gifted don't count. This feels impossible and weird, Twitch. I agree, this is very weird. If Prime subs are going to be a major part of Twitch, and everyone keeps arguing whether Prime subs are going to go away or not, there's no evidence whether they're going away, so just stop listening to people that are like, oh yeah, Prime subs are going away. Unless there is concrete evidence that Twitch is telling you that they're going away, they're not going away anytime soon. Please don't mistake this as a positive change. Twitch took 70/30 away to lock the option behind a sub paywall, where not all subs count for some reason, and have added a cap so they don't have to give you too much of the money you're earning. And then this tweet just confirms how little streamers this actually would qualify for. Twitch Partner Plus program only affects 0.004 of affiliate partnered streamers. There are almost 2 million affiliates, 61,000 partners. Of those partners, let's assume 15% have 350 recurring individual subs over the last 3 months, no gifted/primers. That's only 9,150 partnered streamers that qualify. Everyone else gets a big FU from Twitch. Just think about that. There's millions of streamers on Twitch, but only 0.004 would even qualify for this program. And then here's another tweet with certain numbers about who would actually qualify for this. Twitch's new Partner Plus program is going to benefit 1,000 streamers out of 42,000 plus partners out of millions of streamers. This is a performative announcement. How many streamers are eligible for the Partner Plus program based on substats for the last 3 months, March, April, and May? 2.5% of 42,366 active Twitch partners would have entered Partner Plus program based on March through May stats. Number of streamers fitting Partner Plus requirements based on March through May is 1,066. That's just insane. Why even really make this a big deal if it's going to affect this many people on Twitch? This could have just been a partner email sent out, but Twitch really put this on all their socials like, this is such a good thing, and nobody liked this. You're gonna see this is a common theme with all these updates in this video is nobody liked this. Now let's move on to another update that happened that I've seen kind of mixed reactions on from Twitter and other Twitch streamers, mostly negative from what I've seen, but I would love to know your comments specifically on this one as a viewer and as a streamer, because I'm a little mixed on it myself. But let me announce what the news was. Twitch is introducing mandatory content labels for mature-rated games, sexual themes, drugs, intoxication, or excessive tobacco use, violent and graphic depictions, significant profanity or vulgarity, and gambling. So as you can see from this screenshot, you have a drop-down bar that shows the content labels, and you have to identify what your game falls under. Failure to properly label your content may result in warnings, and repeated warnings may result in a content label lock. Warnings, aka enforcement, will start to be issued on July 20th, 2023. To be clear, we are not making a change to our community guidelines with this update, but we are instead specifying the content that, while permitted on Twitch, needs to be labeled. Our content classification guidelines go into deeper detail for each label, with examples, exceptions, and more. If streamers fail to accurately label their streams, they will receive a warning via email, and the correct label will be applied to their stream. Streamers will not receive suspensions for failing to accurately label their streams. That said, it is important that streamers use these accurately, so if a streamer fails to accurately label their content, after multiple warnings, the relevant labels will be applied to streamers' channels and may be locked for a period of days or weeks depending on the number of prior warnings. In addition to helping streamers connect with viewers who are more likely to be a good fit for their communities, these labels also help protect younger viewers and advertisers. Content labeling has become a common practice across the media and entertainment industry, both from a safety perspective and to provide important information that helps advertisers better target the content their ads appear alongside. I'll go over some of the FAQ here. If I use curse words occasionally during my stream, do I need to apply the significant profanity or vulgarity label? No, this label only needs to be applied if you are using profanity or vulgar language in a persistent and excessive manner throughout the duration of your stream. Think cussing someone out in a game lobby versus the occasional use of the F word or a genuine reaction to a moment in a horror game. For additional examples and details on what content doesn't need a label, you can refer to the guidelines. See, this is where I think this could become a gray area, because I curse on my streams. I'll drop the F-bomb, I'll say shit, I'll call someone a bitch. in the game, not like an actual person. um, but how often is excessive and persistent? I feel like that is a gray area. Because what do you define as occasional? An F-bomb per hour? An F-bomb per 30 minutes? That is very up in the air as to what that can be interpreted to. I feel like for safety and just to make sure you're not labeling things incorrectly, if you curse at all, I would just put this here. Just so you're safe. What are you going to argue with if they tell you, oh no, you're excessively cursing even though you only dropped the F-bomb maybe like twice in an hour? I don't know what they mean by excessive or occasionally. That's not specific terms. If I smoke tobacco or drink alcohol occasionally during my stream, do I need to use the drugs intoxication or excessive tobacco use label? Our focus here is on sustained and prolonged activity. For alcohol use, sipping on a drink while streaming wouldn't require a label, but appearing visibly intoxicated to the point where you're slurring your speech or making being drunk the focus of your stream, aka, for example, doing a drunk history would require a label. Smoking a cigarette or vape while on stream wouldn't require the label, but intentionally drawing attention to the fact that you're smoking or promoting smoking would need a label. Use of marijuana in any form would require a label. What do you mean by sexual themes? Example of sexual themes include prolonged or repeating kissing of another individual or object, detailed non-educational discussions of sexual topics or experiences, and content or behavior that is very likely to elicit a mature chat conversation. To be more direct, many ASMR practices are focused on mindfulness and are not sexual, but we consider kissing or licking a microphone to fall within sexual themes. Additionally, many hot tub streams are intended to draw attention to body parts such as the buttocks, groin, or breasts and will need to be labeled. Now, this one I think is less of a gray area. Obviously, they're telling you if you're doing a hot tub stream or any sort of ASMR stream where it can be interpreted as sexual, you need to put that label. Where it could get a little gray is if someone in chat just randomly brings up a mature topic and you want to talk about it for like a certain amount of time, but that's not the focus of the stream. Maybe you can switch the label on and off, but I'll talk about what happens when you put on labels midstream. Will the type of content I stream affect my ad revenue? There's a possibility that the type of content that you stream could affect your ad revenue. Brands align their ads with content that reflects their brand values. The labels will allow advertisers to have more context to inform which types of streams they show their ads alongside, which we expect to increase brands' confidence in running ads on Twitch and could bring new advertisers at our service. It's also possible that certain brands won't want to run their ads alongside streamers with specific types of content classification labels applied. So this is kind of like YouTube's monetization checklist. When you upload a video, you have to self-report what kind of content is in your video. This is kind of similar parallels, except it's a live stream, so you can't really know what is going to happen during the stream sometimes, unlike a YouTube video where you know exactly what you put in the video. If I apply these labels, will my channel's discoverability be impacted? When you apply these labels to your stream, this is an SAT word for me, an interstitial will be shown to viewers, informing them the type of content in your stream. They could have just said a pop-up. You don't need to use SAT words on me. Come on now. I'm a Twitch streamer. I don't know big words. Once the viewer provides consent, they can watch as they normally would. Using these labels will not impact your stream's visibility in any discovery surfaces. In the future, we may use them as inputs into our personalized viewer recommendations. So this is what I was talking about earlier. If you switch your content label mid-stream, today we learned that if you switch from a game to one with mature content and change your content labels, it will also remove the lurkers until they react to the pop-up message mid-stream, meaning anyone who was lurking will then disappear. Watching 70% of our numbers disappear today when we switch from words on stream to Diablo 4. We are in an uncapped subathon and have averaged over 50 the entire time. Now to be sitting at 12 because we switched games, and that will happen every morning. I switched games and this immediately popped up and shot my viewership in third. It's not a pop-up, it's a straight-up disconnect. Amazing forethought once again from Twitch. So see this message pops up if you switch games. This content is intended for certain audiences. It may contain significant profanity, vulgarity, mature rated games, drugs, intoxication, or excessive tobacco use, violent and graphic depictions. This content may not be appropriate for you to watch, start watching, or go home. So if you're lurking and you're away from your computer or you're in a different tab, you may not notice that this is going to pop up. So it doesn't just keep you in the stream, it completely takes you out of it. So essentially, they're not killing lurkers. Let's get that straight. They're heavily affecting lurkers, that's for sure. You can still lurk in streams. Lurking, you can still click on that and still lurk. You don't have to talk. This is going to affect lurkers who leave a stream on or tab up. This is significantly going to handicap the follow for follow community. So in one way, I guess this does help that kind of mentality going on Twitch where you need follow for follow and stuff like that and lurk for lurk. However, for people genuinely just leaving a stream up while they're doing work in the background and they can't attend to a tab, this is kind of a nightmare. And Twitch viewership is definitely going to drop when it's actually not dropping. I know another streamer, I don't think I bookmarked the tweet. Another streamer said that they raided someone and everyone in the raid had to click on the pop-up before joining the stream. So getting viewerships from raids is going to be affected as well. I mean, in my personal experience, even if you get a massive raid, it usually doesn't transfer over to followers and massive viewership numbers from there. So I'm not too personally worried about it, but it definitely sucks for people that are genuinely lurking and need to click on that pop-up if you do play a lot of different games. The last piece of Twitch update news I want to talk about was hype chats. Now, when these dropped, this is the most recent news I've seen of Twitch updates, everyone was like, you just copied YouTube's homework. Literally. These are just the exact same thing as super chats. Twitch will be launching hype chats. Hype chats allow viewers in partner channels to directly purchase messages that are pinned at the top of the chat. The minimum is $1, maximum is $500, split is 70-30 after a 5% fee. Here's a chart comparing YouTube Super Chat and Twitch Hype Chat if you want to pause to see the actual comparisons. You do get a better deal on Twitch for $5. You get 2.5 minutes compared to 2 minutes. But once you hit the $10 tier, they're practically the same. Now, YouTube also takes 30% of Super Chats, but they cover the fee. What Twitch's problem is that they don't cover that fee. It's a 5% fee, so you're getting less money through a hype chat compared to a super chat. They're still the same split. It works the exact same way. And on YouTube, any YouTube partner can use it. Like I currently have super chats if I went live streaming on YouTube, but on Twitch, I do not because I'm not a partner. So that's the difference there right now. I've seen Twitch say that they will unveil it to affiliates eventually. It's just going to be a slow rollout. And then I'm going to play this clip. It's in German, but here's a bug that's currently happening. I don't think it's been fixed yet about super chats. And specifically referring to different currencies. So if you're using a currency that has a comma, there's a glitch happening, and I'll let it play to show you what's happening. It makes it show that you're paying way more money than you're trying to actually pay for. And then I saw a follow-up video in the thread that shows a better example of it, where you could put 1,121, and as soon as you hit the chat button, it corrects it to 121,000. But if you're using like a period after the currency, it works. But for some reason, if you're using commas, this glitch is happening. That it was a bug and that they're getting it fixed. And currently reading this thread, the bug has been fixed. But this was happening for a little bit on Twitch. And then from the FAQ page, how do I turn off hype chat as a streamer? Streamers cannot opt out of hype chat entirely, as we do aim for a generally consistent monetization experience across channels. Streamers will be able to set a minimum price threshold. Setting a minimum at the $100 level, for example, will mean no hype chat messages under $100 will be allowed in the channel. And this specific streamer said, if you donate to me using this feature, I will ban you. If you plan on donating $500 to a streamer out of the kindness of your heart, you do not deserve to have 175 of those dollars go to Twitch for being the middleman. I heavily discourage every viewer from using this. I kind of see the point to this, where if you use a site like Ko-fi, there's less of a fee being applied here, or if you just use like Streamlabs, I believe there's less of a fee for donating money directly to the streamer. You can see a lot of streamers are saying, do not use this. Just donate to me instead of having Twitch make more money. Yeah, Stream Elements doesn't take a cut for donations, by the way. That wraps up this week and a half of Twitch updates. A lot of them have been received negatively. Not much positivity has been going around on Twitch. Twitch just keeps adding things, and nobody's liking them. The reason Twitch can just keep doing this, honestly, is because they're still a major player in the live streaming space. And they can make all these changes and people will still keep streaming to it like me. I see all these bad changes to it, but I'm like, I still prefer Twitch as a live streaming platform as a viewer and as a streamer, so I keep streaming onto it. If you do want to follow me, it's Bad Game Strolls on Twitch. I do stream quite a lot of games. But it's just, it really does suck seeing Twitch keep stumbling, because then it just doesn't make the other competitors like YouTube do anything better for competition. They just see Twitch floundering and they're like, oh, alright, well, just come over here. Let me know in the comments what you think of all this Twitch update news, either as a streamer or as a viewer perspective. I would love to hear it down in the comments. I know this was a long video, and there's a lot to talk about, but I do love talking about Twitch, and I do like talking about updates to these platforms and just gaming in general. So if you want to see more kind of content like that, feel free to hit the subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. It helps me out a lot, and I will see you for the next video. Thank you for watching.